In this video, we're gonna see one fact you didn't know about each UEFA Euro team. For example, did you know that Spain went 7 consecutive matches without conceding a goal in Euros? Yes, between 2012 and 2016, they went over 700 minutes without allowing a goal. And that's just one fact. Let's go to the other ones, country by country. Starting with Albania, that plays a major tournament only for the second time in their history. The first was the Euros 2016, and in 2016 they had a player named Tolan Shaka, who faced his brother Granit Xhaka in a match against Switzerland. Yes, two brothers facing each other, something that never happened before. And we'll go through all countries in alphabetical order. So after Albania, we go to Austria. And Austria only played the UEFA Euro for the first time in 2008, when they hosted the tournament. Yeah, before that, they had never played it. But way back in 1954, Austria managed to finish third in the World Cup. At least they have a bronze medal. Next, we go to Belgium. And Belgium have a good team, but never in history have they won a single trophy. Their only achievement in history was getting a gold medal at the 1920 Olympic Games, a long time ago. But they actually came close to winning the Euros. In 1980, Belgium reached the final, but they lost 2-1 against Germany. Also never played a World Cup final. Even Croatia is more successful than Belgium. They have reached 2 World Cup semi-finals and 1 final. But the most impressive fact is that Croatia won the bronze medal in 2022 by only winning 2 matches. Yes, they won just 1 group stage match and a 3rd place playoff. Besides that, they only qualified by drawing and winning on penalties. Believe it or not, not even Yugoslavia, a much bigger country that Croatia was part of, went that far. Meanwhile, the Czech Republic isn't as powerful as they were before. In fact, under the name Czechoslovakia, they won the Euros in 1976 against Germany, with the last player scoring the Panenka. They were also World Cup runners-up twice. But as Czech Republic, they also had successful stories, reaching the 1996 UEFA Euro final, and even in 2003 had a Ballon d'Or winner. And stick around cause we'll see an interesting fact about every national team, and the next ones really shocked me. Now moving on, we arrive in Denmark, and an impressive fact is that, from their 26 players, 0 play in the Danish league. Yeah, 100% of their national team plays outside of Denmark. They even have 5 players playing in Belgium, but none in Denmark. Even though they have famous clubs like Copenhagen. Alongside Albania, they are the only country with no players from their own league. On the other hand, England is the complete opposite. It's the country with the most players from its own league. From the 26 called for the Euros, only 2 don't play in England, Bellingham and Kane. The rest are Premier League players. More than 90% of the English team plays in their own league. But even though they are strong, England has never won an UEFA Euro. The first time they played a final was only in 2021. Even so, this Euro 2024 will be their 11th time trying to lift a trophy. And another team that's also playing their 11th Euro is France. The French national team managed to qualify consecutively since 1992. They are the second team with the most consecutive appearances, only falling behind Germany, but we'll get there. And their coach Didier Deschamps is in his 6th UEFA Euro. As a player, he competed 3 times, and this is his 3rd Euro as a manager, a real record. And another French record is the most goals scored in a single Euro. Back in 1984, they were champions, scoring 14 goals in 5 games, an average of 2.8 goals per game. And 9 of these were scored by Platini, that deservedly won the Ballon d'Or. Now talking about goals, this is a goal I scored in mini football. Before we continue looking, one fact from each national team, I want to show you this game that I'm already addicted to right now. Mini Football is a free-to-play game that you can download right now on your phone and play these intense matches. It's so cool. Look, there are 1v1 online matches where you face another player, tournament, and now the Euro Copa America clash, where you choose a country to represent with your team and play in a knockout stage. I picked England and already won the first match against Hungary, so let's go to the match against Switzerland. So we're here in the stadium, let's start. What a tackle, let's go, pass the ball to Tyrone, shoot, what a goal. Tyrone, this is the best player in my team. What a pass and what a shot. So after playing the entire match, we won 4-1, and we advanced to the next round. And this is my team. The player rating starts at 0, so I already have some good players, but still need improvements. So to find players and items, I'm gonna open a pack. Let's go, let's see what we got. Coins, common player, rare player, another common player. I got a lot of things. So let's upgrade my player from 12 to 16 rating. I'm sure you're gonna love this game too. So scan this QR code here or click on the link in the description to download it for free. So moving on, after France, let's go to the actual worst team according to the FIFA ranking, Georgia. Of all countries in the Euro, Georgia is the lowest ranked. They're in the 75th position. Yes, even falling behind other teams around the world, like Jordan and even Congo. But now, for the first time in history, they are playing in a major tournament. And if Georgia is a small team, the next country is actually the most successful in European history, Germany. It's really impressive. The host country is playing Euros for the 14th time, qualifying consecutively since 1972. So they are also the team with the most matches won in Euro history. In addition to having a record for the most finals played, they played 6 finals, winning 3 of them. And another random fact is that Germany had the oldest player competing in a final. In 2008, the keeper Jens Lehmann went to the final at 38 years old. But Lehmann is not the oldest to play the Euros overall. Their record belongs to a player from Hungary. And not a long time ago. This record was broken in 2016. Yes, in Euros 2016, Hungary had the keeper Gábor Királyi, who played in a tournament at 4 years old, and he was in the starting 11. And in their last match, in a round of 16 against Belgium, he actually had the highest rating among all Hungarian players, believe it or not. And Hungary may not be so strong, but in the past they reached the World Cup final twice. In 1954, with Ferenc Puskás, they scored 27 goals in 5 games. Still, the highest number of goals scored in a single World Cup. But they lost the final to Germany. And the other final that Hungary lost was against Italy, that alongside Germany is also one of the most successful teams ever. They won 4 World Cups and were runners-up twice. But the last time Italy played a World Cup knockout stage was in the year they were champions. In 2010 and 2014, they were knocked out in the group stage and did not qualify for 2018 and 2022. A real decline. But another random fact is that, for these Euros, Italy is also a team with almost all players playing in their own league. All their forwards and all their defenders play in Serie A. The only ones outside are the keepers Donnarumma, Vicario and midfielder Jorginho. The rest play in Italy. So now let's go to the last 12 countries. We went from Albania to Italy. Now let's see one fact from the Netherlands to Ukraine. And the Netherlands are the only team that played 3 World Cup finals but has no titles. Yes, they've been at 3 finals and lost all of them. But when it comes to the UEFA Euro, they were champions in 1988. And among all countries in UEFA Euro history, the Netherlands has the highest winning percentage. Up until 2024, they played a total of 39 matches and won 20. That gives them a winning percentage of 51.9%, the highest among all countries. Not even Germany reaches that number. Let's see how these numbers will change this year. And after the Netherlands, we go to Poland, that plays its 5th UEFA Euro. Up until 2024, Poland played a total of 14 Euro matches, but only won 2. That gives them a winning percentage of only 14%. And when they co-hosted the Euro in 2012, they finished as the worst host country ever. Poland finished 14th out of 16 teams. But at least in the following Euro, they reached the quarterfinals, only losing to Portugal on penalties, who then went out to become champions. And that Euro 2016 was Portugal's first trophy in history. Before that, they had never won any title. But something truly remarkable that few people realized is that Portugal has never been eliminated in the group stage of the UEFA Euro. They are the only team that qualified for the knockout stage every time they played. Yeah, their worst performance was a round of 16 elimination. And when Portugal finally won in 2016, they also broke another record, winning with the fewest numbers of victories in regular time. Yes, from the 7 matches, there was only 1 that Portugal won in 90 minutes. The semi-final against Wales. The rest they drew, like in the group stage, won on penalties or scored in extra time. That was crazy. And after Portugal, we go to one of the weakest national teams, Romania. If you add up the entire Romanian squad, their market value doesn't even reach 100 million euros. It's the lowest market value of the tournament. And if we mentioned before that the Netherlands has the highest winning percentage, Romania has the lowest. Up to this year, they played 5 UEFA Euros, having a total of 16 matches. But from those 16, they won just once. Yes, they only won a single game. And that was back in 2000 when they defeated England by 3-2. Since that day, they haven't won again. leaving Romania with a winning percentage of only 6%. At least with that only win, they qualified to the knockout stage. Yes, even with just one victory, Romania advanced. But there's a country that never managed to get through the group stage: Scotland. Up until 2024, all 3 times Scotland played, they were knocked out in the group stage. And if you think that's bad, the same thing happened in the World Cup. Scotland played 8 World Cups, but in all of them they fell in the group stage. That's actually impressive. But it shouldn't be this way. Scotland is one of the birthplaces of football. They played the first international match with England in November 1872, over 150 years ago. So moving on, after Scotland, we arrive in Serbia, a team that played the World Cup a lot of times, most recently in 2018 and 2022. But believe it or not, this is their first Euros ever. Yeah, Serbia has never played an UEFA Euro before. In fact, they had only played under the name Yugoslavia, which was a country that included Croatia, Slovenia, Bosnia, and so on. But after becoming Serbia, this is the only time they managed to qualify. But the Serbia national team actually has a higher market value than Switzerland, Austria, Poland, etc. Let's see how they perform. And another country that also played the Euros under a different name was Slovakia, that alongside the Czech Republic formed Czechoslovakia. But differently from Serbia, they played the UEFA Euro as Slovakia in 2016 and 2021. And an interesting fact is that their biggest stadium has a capacity of only 22,000 people. For comparison, the largest stadium in Slovakia is smaller than Craven Cottage, Fulham's stadium. This is because their population is only 5 million people, very small. But they are not the smallest country. Among all UEFA Euro countries, the one with the smallest population is Slovenia, with only 2 million people. For comparison, 36 states in the United States have a population larger than Slovenia. London alone has a population 4 times bigger. But they already played 2 World Cups and 1 UEFA Euro, the last one in 2000. And after Slovenia, we go to a very successful team, Spain. Spain shares the crown as the biggest UEFA Euro winner alongside Germany. They've won it 3 times, 1964, 2008 and 2012. And with these wins, there also came records. In 2012, Spain had the best defense of a champion in history. In 6 games, they only conceded 1 goal. They suffered a goal in the first match of the group stage, and after that Casillas wasn't beaten again. Impressive. So they also hold the record for the most minutes without conceding a goal in the Euro. After that match in June 2012, they only conceded another goal in the last match of the group stage of the following Euro. That was 734 minutes without conceding a goal. 12 hours of play, believe it or not. And after humiliating Italy by 4-0, they also had the largest victory in the final. That was definitely Spain's golden years. And another good team is Switzerland. But unlike Spain, Switzerland doesn't have such a good record in the Euro. In 18 matches, they only managed to win 3, with their best performance being 2021, when they reached the quarterfinals after beating France on penalties. Yes, up to 2024, Switzerland only won 3 Euro matches. But they do have an impressive story in the World Cup. Back in 2006, at the World Cup hosted in Germany, Switzerland was eliminated without conceding a single goal. They didn't concede any goals in the group stage, and in the round of 16, they were eliminated on penalties. Now that's what I call good defense. And previously, we talked about a country with the smallest population. So now let's go to the national team of the most populated one, Turkey. Turkey's population is 85 million, the biggest of the Euros. And as we saw in the video about the biggest underdogs, Turkey has a World Cup bronze medal. This was one of the biggest underdogs ever. And at the time, Turkey had the player Hakan Şükür, who is still their top scorer with over 50 goals. Then in 2008, they also finished 3rd place in the Euro, besides finishing in 3rd place in the 2003 Confederations Cup. Yeah, they have a thing with the bronze medal. And now moving on, we arrive in Ukraine, that in the Euros has an impressive fact. Overall, Ukraine played 11 UEFA Euro matches in history, and in every single one of them, they conceded a goal. Since becoming independent, they have played the Euros in 2012, 2016 and 2020, and in 11 matches, there wasn't a single game where they didn't concede a goal. But even conceding goals, Ukraine's best performance was in 2021, when they reached the quarterfinals. Also, years earlier, in 2006, they managed to reach the quarterfinals of the World Cup, only losing to Italy, who went on to become champions. And if you enjoyed this video, in this one I show you who's the best player of each country playing in the Euros, from Albania all the way to Ukraine. I think you're gonna like it. So thank you and bye.